Why do people hate autistic people or people with autism?
Hey guys, so I thought about making a video about the bullying related topic later on anyways, but then I watched a video which came out on Christmas Eve and that kind of messed up my schedule a bit. That's alright. I'm talking about a video by Onision, or rather his side channel Onision Speaks, titled Why Do People Hate People with Autism? So if you haven't checked that out yet, I'm going to link it at the end of the video. But one of the first things he mentions is why we only ever hear about children with autism, because...
What about adults? Where are they? Oh, mental hospitals. That's awkward.
Now, I don't know if he was being sarcastic with that, but I just want to clear this one thing up by stating that just because you're autistic, that doesn't mean that you'll end up in a mental hospital. In fact, autistic people are more likely than not going to be able to live on their own someday. Maybe with some help, but they are going to be able to live alone. But other than that, I totally agree, because autism isn't something that goes away with puberty or something. If you're an autistic child, you're going to grow up to become an autistic adult. It may change slightly for the better or the worse, but it's never going to go away. You're going to deal with that for the rest of your life. So next on the list, he talks about all this comforting bullshit that other people say, and oh, we get the visitor. Say hello to the internet. So hyper. Next thing on the list, he states that all this comforting bullshit that people say, stating like, people are just going to hate everyone that's different, is, well, bullshit. Because everyone is different.
People fear anything/anyone that is different in some way. You obviously don't realize how fucking flawed your statement is, because everybody is different in some way, you fucking ignoramus.
And while there's one part of me that kind of wants to disagree, because of this whole everyone is a little autistic thing, I can see where he's going with that, and I couldn't agree more. What he says is absolutely right. People are dicks to everyone because they just are dicks and they just need a victim. That's just how people work. And by being more different than other people, you're being an easy target.
So here they're using Asperger's as an excuse for people not to pick on them, I guess. I have a disorder, yet people are still people. What the fuck? Silver lining on this is that they're picking on other people just like they're picking on you, so in that, they're kind of treating you like one of them. This is, of course, an exclusive context, because if they're picking on you more than the others, then you're not, of course, treated as an equal. My point is if I got cancer or AIDS, I wouldn't automatically expect every single commenter to treat me like I'm Jesus fucking Christ. I would still expect people to write, "You're a cunt, Onision," in the comments. I would still expect people to tell me to go kill myself and other shit like that, because people are fucking people. That's what people do. A lot of them are dicks.
So about this next subtopic, I don't quite know what to think about it, because, well, just watch it yourself.
Very little to no eye contact, sounds like me. Resistance to being held or touched. A lot of times I don't want to be touched or held, so what? Tends to get too close when speaking to someone. Fuck that shit, I love my personal space. Responds to social interactions but does not initiate them. Sounds like half the people I know. Difficulty understanding jokes, figures of speech, or sarcasm. Well, they're not gonna like this video. Social awkwardness, social awkwardness, social awkwardness. Okay, so I think I get the gist of it. Autistic people tend to be socially retarded. So really, if we're being bluntly honest and not completely and utterly full of fucking shit like everyone else, asking the question, why don't people like autistic people, is almost exactly the same as asking why don't people like socially retarded people. It's because when you're socially retarded, you're extremely complicated to deal with, hence why people don't want to fucking deal with you. That's why we describe people as socially retarded. We tried to be social with them and we realized, oh fuck, they're retarded. Just think about it, in many cases, socially retarded people are unlikable. You say, oh hello, how are you doing today? And in response, because they're socially fucking retarded, they either say nothing in response and pretend you didn't even talk to them, or they say something that's completely fucking random or stupid. Most people say, I'm good, how are you? If you're socially retarded, you go, I like eating worms.
Now I can see where you're going with this, not all of us, and not all of those of us that are being bullied are actually socially retarded, as you stated. Yeah, we're being socially awkward. That's all of us, but not all of us are socially retarded. For most of us, it's just harder to know exactly what to say, or how to phrase it, or what kind of question is acceptable to us. Or in my case, I sometimes have a completely structured, an appropriate sentence in my mind, but I just can't get it out because potato. So yeah, not all of us are completely impossible to communicate to verbally. Non-verbal communication is a bit harder with us, but the verbal communication is fine with most of us. So next he talks about switching schools and how it won't help, probably because you can't hide your autism.
That way no one knows you and will not know you have mild autism, so they can't laugh at you and your disability. You're right, they'll never fucking find out that that person has autism. Because autism is an incredibly fucking easy thing to hide.
Well, my friend, that depends on the kind of autism you're diagnosed with, or how strong your autism is. I, for example, often get a response like, "Really? You're autistic? I just thought you were a little weird." So, yeah, it is possible to hide the fact that you're autistic. You're always going to be a weirdo, but you can choose to hide the fact that you actually have a reason for it. So here's the answer I give to people when they ask me, why do people with autism get bullied? Because I do get that question a lot, either from my real-life friends or from my viewers. And it is, people are dicks. Why do non-autistic people get bullied? Because people in general are dicks, and they need a victim. And by being more different than other people, you are being a really easy target for them. And that is not entirely your fault, but it is what it is. And you just kind of have to deal with it. People are dicks. That's just how people work.
Anyway, so some people hate people with autism because some people hate everyone. And other people hate people with autism because they don't like people who are socially awkward and or retarded. Regardless, I would like to make something even more painfully clear. Just because you're different doesn't mean people are automatically going to hate you. Because everybody's fucking different. Before I close out this video, I just want to say, don't let your disability define who you are. You also probably shouldn't automatically blame a disability for your own actions. Yes, sometimes your actions are influenced by your disability. But that doesn't mean you should just sit there and say, oh, it's my disability completely. I have no responsibility whatsoever for my own behavior.
So that being said, there's one more thing that we can get from the original video. And I'm going to take it completely out of context. And that is that
just because you have a disorder doesn't mean you can't still be a fucking asshole to people. Have you ever heard of dealing with your problems instead of running away from them?
So if someone's treating you like shit, sometimes it really is the best thing to just fight back. You can do it, even though you're autistic. So, because I really don't know how to end this any better, and also because I want to show that I'm not just some bitch ranting on about something, and I kind of left a lot of the good parts of the original video out, I'm going to end this video with a nice little boob squeeze.